hopefully this is going to be a really quick video today because I'm only planning on making 2 things in August. Now, you've heard me say this before and technically it's not remotely true, but I have 2 plans for 2 brand new projects this month. I also want to clear off the projects that have been sitting around for a while now. So I have got my flamingo shirt and my 9076. I'm jinxing myself by saying I'm going to do that, I know. I've also got the 3 dresses that I said I wanted to get done last month. If you haven't seen that video, I will list it up here. I'm hoping to work those in. They are fairly easy dresses and they shouldn't take me too long. I've also got my Lady Dandy waistcoat and Lucille trousers to do. I have got the kind of royal blue purpley crepe. It's definitely more purple, though it looks blue on screen, but I've got this crepe out that I'm going to make up the wearable muslins for both of those pattern pieces, because I do want to eventually work my way over to the very expensive red wool suiting that the lovely Maria got me. Thank you, Maria. I was going to straight cut into this purple crepe because, as I say, it's wearable muslin fodder, but I have traced out the pattern for the Lady Dandy, and this is looking like a bit of an issue. So I need to adjust this armhole shoulder seam thing that's going on, because that is not remotely long enough to be comfortable. But the back one is fine. The back armhole, totally fine. Front armhole, doing weird things. So, I mean, maybe like it's meant to go around to the front. I need to have another look at the made up items and garments and have a look, but I am not going to risk this fabric, because whilst it is wearable muslin fodder, because it is polyester, it's still really, really nice. And if I can make something wearable out of it, that, you know, wearable muslin, that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm gonna do that one in calico and try and perfect the fit, see if I like it, fingers crossed I do. Then I will be moving my way over to this to then make up the red wool suitings. I have a lot of projects to catch up on, as it were, but I did get a lot of stuff sewn in July. I just already done the lookbook for it. I have got one of my Gertie projects finished. It's the Rita blouse. It's hiding back there. I am not going to do a lookbook for just one piece, so you're going to have to wait to see my thoughts on that and how it looks on me. The official 2 projects that I want to do this month are the Star Trek dress, which you can see one of them there. So it's basically the Bianca Closet Historian inspired pencil skirted dress with a inset of some kind of shiny fabric. So I've got this holographic red fabric, which is absolutely gorgeous. I like it quite a lot. I've bought quite a lot of this because I've made 2 dresses from it so far. I don't like either of them, so I went back and bought some more. I still have the scraps from the original as well. I've tried it with red cotton sateen, which I hated. I've tried it with scuba, which it wasn't the style of dress that I wanted, but it was to test a theory to see if I liked that fabric combination better, and I did, but I didn't like how the dress ended up looking. I have decided to give it a try with some ponte this time. So I've got this red ponte sticking to itself. So I've got this red ponte to go with this red holographic sort of like shiny latex, pretend latex looking stretchy something. I don't even, like, I can't remember what this is. Yeah, I think the combination of these 2 is going to go really well together, because I tried scuba and I really liked the scuba, but it was slightly lighter weight than this ponte is. So I think the ponte is going to work really well for me. I am going to still add in a zip to this, even though it's going to be a stretchy dress. I think it will, because of the type of fit I'm aiming for, which is super figure hugging, I'm going to be putting in a zip because I think that's going to be better than me trying to shimmy in and out of it, which is what I can do with the red scuba dress. I'm going to see if this gives me a better result than the scuba and the cotton sateen have done, because I really didn't like the cotton sateen. The other thing was I did this from my block, and if you would like to have a look at me starting to make my blocks, and slopers, then there's a video linked up here and also down below. I spent a long time drafting that pattern. Pattern has 36 pieces in it, and I spent a long time cutting that out. And it was 2 inches too big, and because of the type of piecing I'd done, I couldn't take it in at the side seam, so I had to take that all out the back seam. And that red sateen dress fits me much better now, but I need to account for that from the pattern, especially as this is going to be made from a stretchy fabric. It's going to have more forgiveness rather than less. I mean, cotton sateen technically has stretch in it as well, so yeah, there's I'm trying to debate whether I have to go straight back to the drawing board or if I can tweak the pattern that I've already made. But there were a few kind of like errors lining up the pattern pieces because of where seam allowances got added. They got added in the wrong place, so they're slightly off. So I think I want to go back to the drawing board and try this dress again. And I still have my moulage, which is the complete close body blueprint, but again, because I've lost weight, that one is now technically my sloper. It has wearing ease in it, so I want to use that as a starting off point rather than the sloper I've drafted, which I added an inch of ease to, which ended up being too big. There is a joke in here somewhere, because I've nicknamed these the Star Trek dresses because I was watching Star Trek Deep Space. Now I was watching Next Generation when I started making these dresses, and there's got to be a joke in there somewhere in the title of this video, because I am going to be doing a standalone video for this as well, along the lines of, what is it, don't combine Red and Star Trek in the same kind of like project, because you will end up dead. If you're not a Star Trek fan, the kind of like the in joke is that anybody who went on an away mission wearing a red tunic was going to die. You just knew that because they're expendable, and there's loads of memes and jokes going around about that as well. So yeah, there's got to be some kind of a joke that I can make in the title. The battery's dying on this. 2 secs, let me just change that. So yeah, I'm going to give this dress one more attempt. Now it might be just that it's not the style for me. I haven't worn this pencil skirted dress since I made it, and everyone said how good I look in it, and I can see objectively in the pictures, I'm like, yeah, it looks a really nice dress, I really like that. I just don't feel comfortable in it, so I have no idea if these are going to end up actually being things that get worn, but I am determined to finish one that I like the look of, at least to pose in on me. So the other thing is as well, I went a little bit ham and bought a bunch of fabric, so if I do make this work, I've got enough to make to branch over and do Star Wars. I've got enough for a Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, and I've also got like a green one with that mermaidy print, like metallic there. Not sure, maybe Battlestar Galactica. No, whose uniforms were green? Don't know if anybody had green uniforms. You're probably going to be shouting at the screen now telling me that there was a giant sci-fi thing which have got green uniforms. But yeah, I've got enough back there to make 3 more dresses. As they're going to be knits, technically they should be quite quick makes, even though there's going to be loads of tiny little pieces. It's all going to get done on the overlocker, except for putting in the zip obviously. So I'm hoping that I can make something out of this that I like, that I want to at least wear and talk about, because these two that I've got hanging back here, just no. So that's project number 1 for August, and then project number 2 for August is the corset. I'm going back to the corset. I am ready, I think, again to tackle that. It's the bust area that I need to work on, and I've got all the advice from Caroline, so I'm going to give corset another go. I've got all the stuff, I don't need to buy anything. I have the coutil, I have the spiral steel boning, I have the flat steel boning, I've got all the tools, I've got all the gear, no idea. So I'm going to give my corset another try, because I really want to start on my Gertie dresses, and I really want a support garment to wear under my Gertie dresses, because I really don't want to wear a bra, because you can't. For most of them have like decorative straps or interesting strap, like, yeah, most of them are strapless basically dresses, and that's how I want to wear them. So I need to try and get my corset perfected. So I'm going to go back to that, because I've had an entire 2 months of TNTs. I feel really good about sewing again. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, Star Trek dress and corset, 2 projects for August, as well as all the other stuff that I mentioned, but we won't talk about that. I'm not ruling out throwing in a TNT or 2. I have put aside some shorter lengths of dressmaking fabrics that I was worried I was only going to be able to make tops out of, because I had like 2 meters, but the 5951 I can get that out of 2 meters of very narrow fabric. So some of these ones I should be able to repeat that feat and get them out of these small pieces of fabric that I've got, which will give me a dress, which we all know I prefer to wear over blouses. I do have some blouses planned, big bishopy sleeves, wide collars for the waistcoat and trouser sets that I want to make, because I have a bunch of suiting for those as well. So I might throw in some T&T dresses in there as well. But I'm only making 2 things in August. That's it. 2. Who believes me? Who was reading the title of this video and just going, that's not true, Shan, you're fibbing? I really need to do a Shan bingo card, don't I? Because, yeah. Forever biting off more than I can chew. I'm excited about this though. I'm really excited to come back to these 2 projects, the Star Trek dress and the corset. I am looking forward to working on them again, whereas before they had gotten to the point of like, I just don't want to. So the fact that I'm excited about them again, I think is a good sign. So I'm hoping that I can complete most of the things that I have waffled about in this video. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Am I biting off more than I can chew? Yet again. Be kind, but let me know what you think. And which one are you looking forward to seeing made most? For me, I think I'm really excited to get this done, because as I say, I have a bunch of fabrics up there, and if I get this working, I can use those, and then I'll have another cubby hole empty, which is another goal for this year, is to empty out some cubby holes and not refill them. And I'm doing okay with that so far. So yeah, I think this is the one I'm really looking forward to, although the corset's going to be very satisfying if I can make it work. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling at you. So if you have enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this one here.